Welcome home. This is the coming home to you Sparkcast, a sanctuary for women who are learning how to live and lead from truth, not performance. Today we're moving into the soul. Not the soul as an idea, not the soul as something poetic or even abstract, but the soul as the part of you that knows when it's time to stop apologizing for your timing and start honoring your becoming. But before we go any further, I want to name what this space is and what it's not. This Sparkcast is truly a sanctuary. That means nothing needs to be fixed here. Nothing needs to even be rushed or proven. You don't have to arrive inspired, regulated, or even clear, or even in your makeup or with your hair did. You get to arrive exactly as you are. Nothing needs to be proven here. We're listening. So wherever you're listening from, just soften your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Take a deep breath with me and just arrive. This is a space for honesty, integration, and being with what's real. And today we're letting the conversation meet us right where we are. Today, I want to begin with something very honest. Many of us carry a vision for years, maybe even sometimes decades, and yet we judge ourselves for not having arrived yet. We tell ourselves stories like, I should be further along. Oh my gosh, I wasted so much time thinking about it. I fell behind because I didn't start. Maybe you're saying I didn't do enough or it's not good enough. Sound like you? But here's the soul truth that has been landing for me lately. Timing is not the same as readiness. Let me say that again. Timing is not the same as readiness. And readiness is not the same as worth. Readiness is not the same as worthiness. Because the truth is, sisters, some seasons are for building outward. Some seasons are for holding life together. Some seasons are simply for surviving. And other seasons are for integration. And none of those seasons, none of them are failures. A soul-led vision understands this at the core. And it doesn't shame you for the seasons that came before. It integrates them. Over the past 2 weeks, we've moved through the mind and the body. We named vision. We brought safety into the nervous system. And now we arrive at the soul. The soul isn't something to activate. It's not something to activate. It's something to remember, to come home to. And winter is a season that naturally invites that remembering. Winter doesn't ask us to expand, it asks us to pause, to be still, to listen, to tend the inner fire, to notice what actually nourishes us, not what distracts us. Embodied leadership without soul nourishment doesn't last. It becomes hollow, it becomes performative, it becomes empty. So this week is about sustaining the vision, not through effort, but through devotion. I think there's something many women don't name, but we feel deeply. We carry an invisible labor, an emotional labor, caregiving, support, holding space, keeping things afloat. And then one day we finally stand up and say, it's my turn. I get to go next. And then we're often met with doubt, sometimes externally, sometimes internally. But the soul knows the truth. And the truth is that you didn't pause your vision because you lacked ambition. You paused because your life required you to be somewhere else. And choosing life, choosing survival, choosing family, even choosing healing, those were not detours. They are part of your authority. And a vision that emerges from lived experience carries much more weight, more depth, more credibility. So let this land. That's not delay. That's embodiment at its finest. What nourishment really means to me, when we hear the word nourishment, many of us think rest, self-care, spiritual practices, but soul nourishment goes even deeper than that. It's not just about what feels good anymore. It's about what feels true. And nourishment is anything that brings you back into relationship with yourself. Sometimes that could look like stillness. Sometimes it looks like movement. Oftentimes for me, it comes in tears. Sometimes it's even in laughter, in silence. The truth is, the soul doesn't need you to be productive. It needs you to be present. Whew, let that one land. Did your body shift? Did you take a deep breath? Did you feel chills? That's soul asking you to pay attention to the truth that is landing in your body right now. So here's an important distinction that the soul makes. Okay? A dream, a dream can live in fantasy. That's a dream. And it can also stay disconnected from your daily life. And now a vision, on the other hand, lives in the body. It lives in your breath. It lives in your smile and your laughter, in your tears. And it starts shaping your choices. It asks for space. It reorganizes priorities. A dream says, yeah, one day. Yeah, one day I'll do that one day, someday. When I get XYZ taken care of, when I finish all these courses, when I know enough. Like, what is that one day for you? How many one days have you been saying that one day? How long has it been now? And the difference is that a vision says, this is actually changing how I live now. This vision I am so enrolled in that is actually changing every single choice and decision that I make moving forward because it's how you live. When you really are living, embodying your vision, everything you eat, sleep, do, everything you think is aligned with that. And it's how you're changing your life in the now. And here's the key. A solid vision doesn't rush its expression either. Oftentimes we want to like, hurry, hurry, hurry. You got to get this done. But the truth is it waits until the person holding it can actually sustain it long enough. Especially in the world that we live in today where it's what's the next, we don't even have an attention span long enough to listen to a 5-minute conversation. 0.7 seconds, I think, is the amount of time you have to gain someone's attention and retain it. And oftentimes that comes with like, would they consider um, like making a bold statement, being contradictory, almost like picking a fight. It's like, why is that? Why is that? I want to know. How disconnected have we become from our own body that our mind is driving now? It's not even our conscious mind, it's our subconscious mind is literally deriving your decisions, your actions, your thoughts, your feelings every single moment. And that subconscious The script that they are living off of is the script of past beliefs, failures, um, your experiences, your heartache, your beliefs you grew up with, the limiting beliefs that you were programmed into believing that you are. No wonder why we feel so detached from our vision, because our vision lives here. It doesn't live here. So here's the key. I'll say it again. A soul-led vision doesn't rush its expression. It waits until the person holding it can actually sustain it. And that's wisdom, not failure. And so I want to offer you a reframe that has been a very powerful one for me. Devotion is not a ritual you perform. Devotion is how you return to yourself when you forget. It's the moment you choose honesty over numbing, rest over proving, truth over approval. Devotion doesn't require time you don't have. It lives in small, quiet moments. Let that land. Devotion doesn't require time you don't have. It lives in small, quiet moments all the time. It's the pause before responding. It's the breath before deciding, making a choice. It's a hand on your heart when you feel overwhelmed. It's movement when you feel trapped or confined. It's belting out a song when your throat, or maybe even just humming when your throat feels tight because it's holding back truth. This is how the soul stays with us. Not through grand gestures, but through consistency. Your body is a very intelligent, smart, organic machine. The more consistency in your devotion, it'll remember. It's going to remember the next time you're like, oh, yes, I remember. I get to take a breath. I'm feeling this thing. It's showing up again. That's power. That's sovereignty. So I want to invite you gently into a practice, an embodied practice to honor the return to your body, okay, to your soul. So if it feels safe to do so, and if you're not driving or operating heavy machinery, close your eyes, or maybe just soften your gaze. You know, when you soften your gaze and you're not paying attention to something, your mind allows for just being instead of thinking and analyzing. So place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. It's your sacral chakra, your womb. Take a slow, mostly as soon as you even put your hands there, your body innately wants to take a deep breath. So take a deep, slow breath in the nose and out the mouth, allowing the exhale to be longer than the inhale. Now ask yourself, what season of life am I emerging from? What season of life am I emerging from? Is it embodiment? Is it sovereignty? Is it survival? Is it self-care? What is it? What season? Integration? Now, I want to also ask you this other question. What does that season give me? What did that season give me, even if it took a long time or it took a lot out of you? What did that season give you? Clarity, peace, strength, love. connection, sisterhood, relationship? What was it? And now ask yourself, what is my soul asking for now that it didn't ask for before? What is my soul asking for now that it didn't ask for before? And I don't want you to force an answer. I just want you to let it come as a sensation. It might come as a word, a feeling, a color, a movement, a sound. Just allow whatever needs to come out to the surface. Just let it gently express itself. And now the last question I want to ask you, what would it look like to honor that without apology, without permission, without explanation? What would it look like to honor that? Hmm. Just take a couple deep breaths here. Just let that land in your body. No need to perform or to get it right. Just be. And this is not about pushing forward. This is about acknowledging where you're standing right now. This is how your vision becomes embodied. Just asking your body's wisdom. It knows. Maybe it wants to go for a walk. And in that walk, you're going to have clarity about something that you've been pondering for months or a question that you asked yourself yesterday. You never know. You get to list. This is the magic. The magic. I mean, there's nothing here that we don't already have innately in us. We just forgot how to listen to ourselves because we want to have everybody else tell us how to do it. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? What hand should I put on my heart? What hand should I put on my belly? Does it matter? Trust yourself. Listen to yourself. There's no right or wrong way to do anything, just your way. Somebody out there needs to hear that today. We're not trying to go anywhere. We're just creating space to listen. Okay? What does your soul need right now? Does it need water? Does it need to go on a hike? Does it need to go rollerblading? My soul is saying, my soul has been telling me I've been eating rollerblading for months. Girlfriend, why have I not listened to myself? I feel super powerful when I'm rollerblading. I feel like I'm flying, like I could conquer the world, anything. I feel like a superwoman when I'm rollerblading. Like I'm flying, like just soaring above everything. No problems can touch me. No fears can reach me. Oh my gosh, I'm enrolling myself into rollerblading right now. Yes, I get to go rollerblading. Oh, look, my flower. I get to go rollerblading today. That's what what I'm hearing my soul say it needs. Okay. So see, like it works when you ask yourself. There's no right or wrong way. And don't search for the answer either. Just let it arrive softly. Like I said, it could come as a word, an image, a sensation, a feeling, maybe nothing at all. Maybe it just needs stillness. Maybe it was just like, wow, did she just ask me? Is she paying attention to me? Maybe I just get to be in this moment of listening. Hmm. And all of it is welcome. This is just listening as prayer, presence as devotion. Okay? So take one more deep breath in. There was so much there that your body gets to integrate now. Right? Now just come back to me. Come back to me. And as you return, I want to invite a reflection for you. Notice how different this feels from forcing clarity. Vision is held by the soul, that is held by the soul is quieter. But the truth is, it's steadier, it's more powerful, it's more real. It doesn't demand urgency either. It just invites us to trust again, that inner knowing. There's a question that I would get often asked by my mentor and my trainer. What is it that you want? Or why, they would ask me a question and I would say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And in that moment, they would say, what are you pretending not to know? And the first time I heard that question, it hit me deep. And then there are times where I hear that question now and it still hits me deep. Because what are you pretending not to know? Because you already know. You have all the answers. My mentor and my trainer even said, I don't have the answers. I just have really good questions. Are you asking yourselves the question? Are you asking your body the question and not your mind, but your body? Your body will have a response when it's aligned with your truth. Like your body is literally your homing beacon. When you're out of alignment, you'll feel it. You'll, life will even tell you. You'll get a lot of red lights on the way to the thing. Your car will break down. You'll get sick. Your computer decides to go on the fritz. You'll miss your alarm, even though you're always really good about your alarm. When you're not in alignment with something and you're forcing it, those things happen. But when you're aligned with your truth of what you are and your purpose, work, by the way, it's all the things that you're passionate about. Synchronicities, doors, opportunities, they come flooding your way. They come flooding your way. Money out of nowhere drops out of a hat, like money in your bank account, like like a bill that was forgiven. All these crazy things I hear people say when they're in alignment start happening. So the soul doesn't rush the timeline. Your mind does, but the soul does not rush the timeline. It knows when something is ready to emerge. So it's time to listen to your body and your soul. If you've ever felt, if you felt slower this month, less certain, less driven, I just want you to know this. It might not be resistance. It actually may be wisdom. Your soul's wisdom telling you right now, especially in the wintertime when it's about stillness, about coming home, about pausing, reflecting on the things that worked and didn't work, the things that you want to integrate and move forward, and the things you want to let go and prune away. That's what winter is for. And that's why I love January, the beginning of the year, being not just a beginning, but also the ending of things that didn't work and the beginning of something new that you move towards that whole entire year. So the soul doesn't respond well to discipline rooted in pressure. I mean, who likes pressure? Maybe diamonds do, right? But who responds well in pressure? Nobody. And the soul is not an exception on that. So the soul responds best to devotion that is rooted in relationship. Devotion says, I stay, I listen, I protect my energy. I don't abandon myself to prove I am worthy. A soul-led vision doesn't need constant action either. It needs consistent presence. I'll say that again. The soul-led vision does not need constant action. It only needs persistent, consistent presence. Presence in your body, presence in your timing, presence in your truth, presence in your vision. This is how leadership becomes sustainable, not because you move faster, but because you move honestly. One of the most powerful things about soul work is being witnessed without being corrected. And this was so true when I was in my leadership program, being witnessed without being corrected. There was so much freedom in making the mistakes and knowing that it was okay, that all is forgiven. So if something stirred for you today, maybe it was grief, relief, anger, clarity, you don't have to hold it alone. This is why sisterhood exists. Not to fix, not to advise, but to witness becoming. The soul remembers itself best in safe relationship. And we all deserve to be in safe relationship with someone. That's why we don't do this work alone. If you feel called to reflect, share, or even simply witness others walking this path, the sisterhood space exists for exactly that. Join my private Facebook group, the Soulspark Sisterhood Circle. It's where no comparison, no hierarchy, just presence, just truth. And if you want gentle soul nourishing support like meditations, reflections, seasonal practices, I share those through my email list that you can join. And the links will be provided in the show notes or in the comments, depending on where you're watching this. Because support is not an obligation, it's just an invitation. You don't have to do this alone, and I'm here. I'm here to do it with you, shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, eye to eye, soul to soul, sister to sister. No need to fix, just witness your becoming. And of course, support if you ask for it. So next week, we are going to gather for our Trinity of Truth conversation where I invite guest speakers on for in-depth conversation. We will be talking about vision and intention. But this is not going to be about explaining vision. We're going to be living it. We're going to be experiencing it through our real voices, our bodies, our timing. So this month has been about orienting the mind, regulating the body, honoring the soul, not as experts, not as teachers, but as women living this in real time. So sisters, if this conversation stirs something within you, if you felt seen, heard, or simply not alone, I ask you to share this, to subscribe, to follow me, because when you do so, this content reaches the women who are out there needing that reminder that they're not alone, that healing is possible for them. So keep rising, sisters. Keep coming home because you matter. You are enough exactly as you are. You're not late. You're not behind. You're right on time. And remember, coming home to you is not a destination. It's a devotion. I am your host, Margarita Rose, here with the Coming Home to You Sparkcast second season, The Embodied Leader. We'll see you here next week, same time, same Spark channel.